G'day YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel. Nice cold morning again in Melbourne. So I thought I'd do something different rather than my repotting videos. I'm trying to get my trees ready for the exhibition coming up, my Bonsai Club's exhibition, which is on the 27th, 28th of July this month. Now I'm just trying to see if I can get this little black pine ready for the exhibition. Now it's pretty much all wide, but it's just looking a bit messy and unruly. It's a nice little mini, well not mini, but what's that size? It's quite a nice little tree. You can see quite old, nice three-dimensional tree. But I just want to see if I can get it cleaned up. Like, see some of the needles are pointing down, some of the branches are moved. Trying to get it into a nice shape to display. So I just want to go through it bit by bit and explain what I'm doing probably. So I probably won't put any extra wire on this. It's just moving the wire back, or moving the branches back into place with the wire, and just cleaning up some of the needles. So it's quite a nice little tree. I actually started this tree very early on. This is quite an old tree, but it's been slow grown. It was done at a Bonsai Northwest demonstration. I actually was on stage demonstrating with a young little black pine. I think I've got photos of it way back when, but it's pretty decent age on this, but it's been slow grown in a bonsai pot since that time. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly today. I have picked up a new microphone, but I think what it is my voice just doesn't project very well. So I find on iPhones and iPads, etc., the voice is really good, but on laptops and computers, if you don't have a good speaker system, it doesn't come across that well. But we'll give it a go and see how this microphone works, and if you can hear my explanations. So pretty much, let's just get started and work through this tree. Yeah, it's just a matter of, let's see if we can get ready for the show and make it look good for the show. Thanks guys. Okay, so let's start with the lower branches first. That's what I normally do. I'll try and keep the camera and tree lined up so you can see what I'm doing. So this branch here is it's quite a nicely developed branch now. There's a nice big one out here too that's quite nicely developed. But most things are wide. I see a couple of little branches not wide, so I might have to wire them up quickly. But let's just start cleaning up. So what I do normally, I start to pluck anything that goes down, and I start to bend things back. And I try to start bending things down and getting it aligned. It's a bit tricky. Anything going down I get rid of. And I just fan out the branches. So once you fan them out, then you can pluck. I'll clean all the mossy. Well, the moss is nice, but I'll clean all the. Once you start plucking things, the needles will fall on there, so you've got to start cleaning that up. But so this has got almost like one layer here, one layer just above it. So I want to keep the layers, try and keep the layers very defined. Yeah, I have to actually point the tree to me to be able to see, so I'm going to have to play around with it. So it's not a very long process to do. You just got to get it done. Sometimes you might find you need to rewire certain bits, but that's okay. It's only a small amount of work to do. But you got to make sure the tree is nice and clean and ready for a display. I always want to, when I have a tree, I always want to plan to. My plan is always to get it ready for a show. That's how I think of it. And when you got a tree ready for a show, as a hobbyist, as someone who just does it for fun, that's what I love to do. I try and get that's my goal, let's put it that way, is have a tree ready for a show and for a display. So if you got that in mind all the time, you will, for me, you will keep working on your trees and keep refining them, because you really want to enjoy them. And the best time you enjoy them, if you go to exhibitions, you see that at exhibitions they're the trees are really well looked after and well refined, and well, you know, looks really presentable. And that's what you always want to see your trees as, always being presentable. So that's a very quick little cleanup job. That didn't take long at all. Just cleaned up some underneath. Yeah, cleaned up some long ones, a few long little needles. So sometimes for a display, when you're getting a tree ready for exhibition, on the day before or the morning of, for example, you can come and, you know, just trim off cut off actually some of those needles. Not cut off, but actually grab the needles and just cut across the needle. You're not supposed to do that really if you don't want to, but to get a tree for a display, it's actually okay to do it. And they tend to do it in Japan too, what I've been told. So if it's good for the Japanese, it's good for me. So yeah, it's just cleaning up. So done that one. Now quickly move. You're just going to work through the tree quickly. Spend too much time, you won't get to the other trees. Because today I've got to get a lot of repotting done again. And some of my bigger trident maples have got to get repotted today. So I've got to work pretty fast to get this tree clean and ready, and see if it's good enough for the show. So I'm just going to work through this slowly. If there's anything interesting, I'll call it out and I'll come back to the camera. But for now, that's pretty much what I'll do, and I'll show you the finished product in a few minutes. Okay, so I've done a cleanup of the tree. There's probably a few little areas I still want to pluck and clean up, but the majority of the work's done. It's probably a year or two away from really being in a display in the show, but I will consider putting it in just in case. We'll see how we go. It's kind of ready. It probably needs a few more years to really fill out and develop nicely. But yeah, it's a nice little tree there. I can hold it with one hand pretty easily. So it's a nice little black pine. I really enjoy black pines, as you've seen with other videos. But at the moment it's repotting season for my deciduous, so I've been very busy doing that. But yeah, it's good to try and get a tree ready for a show. One thing I did change a lot was this branch was a bit towards the back, so I brought it in more to fill in this gap in this area here. So that's one of the slight changes in the design that happened. Nothing too major. It's pretty much still three-dimensional, still got branches everywhere. You can see that quite clearly. Yeah, so let's see how we go. I might put it in the show, might not. So if you ever want to come down to the exhibition, if you're in Melbourne, 27-28 July 2019, lots of details around already. So yeah, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be great to get notifications of new videos. Okay, so I'll see you guys around next time.